Oh, wowie, wow, wow, wow. So there has been a lot of magic happening today. Some of it I'm keeping very intimate and honoring it and not sharing it, but this one I have to share. My hands are still activated, and so if you wish to accept, there is Reiki flowing through my hands right now. See the previous situation that I moved away from, that God saved me from, that God plucked me out of. It was very much blocking God's work, and tonight something shifted massively for with myself and my daughter and with Reiki. You see, I remember in the past and in my older living situation that sometimes when my daughter would become close with me, I would immediately get overwhelmed. Immediately, I would feel this rush of emotion. And at that time, I just assumed, like, oh, this has something to do with me. It's like some unprocessed trauma, right? Like something good in her is triggering something dark in me. And that's what I thought it was for the longest time. But since we have moved physical locations and I have been pouring a lot of work into healing my own energy and being stable within my own energy, today it surfaced up again. So I was laying with her and we were beginning to say some nighttime prayers. And this is when I felt all of this rage, this deep anger, 222 on the timer. And I stopped. I was like, holy cow. I muscle tested in that moment. And because at first I was like, I don't know what this is. Like, I need to ask. And so I muscle tested. I was like, is this me? And then no. And I was like, is this Bridget? My daughter? Yes. And I'm like, okay, wait, like, let's keep asking, because when you muscle test and you ask, you have to be very, very specific. Otherwise, you can get answers that don't really match up, that don't make sense. You can get mixed signals, okay? So yeah, it's you have to use a lot of discernment, a lot of practice with the muscle testing over time. And so I dug a little deeper. I said, is this a part of Bridget's? And I felt into it. You see, when I do Reiki, okay, some Reiki practitioners, what they are just trained to do, and a lot of them, they are psychic, 333 on the timer. They're psychic to an extent, but what they practice and what they do is that all that they do is they simply just channel life force energy, the chi. That's it. Okay, we fill up our bodies with that light, and that's it. Okay, it's supposed to bring rejuvenation, renewal, energizing, relieving of pain. But because my psychic abilities are in with this, my empathic light worker abilities are in with the Reiki, what I am able to do is I am able to feel into the trauma. I'm able to feel into the emotion. I'm able to identify what it is and where it is. So I was able to identify it was in with her sacral, around her sacral chakra area. And what it was, this anger, this deep rage that I could feel, because I began to absorb it. That's what happens in my work. So I absorb it, I feel it, and then through my crown chakra, I open up the channel, 444 in the timer, and this is how we alchemize, right? We through intention, through our feeling, we bring up whatever that energy is, whatever that emotion is, and we alchemize it through our crown. And so what I found out was that this energy was not hers. In fact, she absorbed it and it belonged to her biological father. And so we don't judge it, right? We just move it, we alchemize it, and we send it back to Source Creator so that it can be healed and it can be transformed. That way it can go back to its rightful owner. Because as we heal, we need every aspect of ourselves. Our soul very well experiences getting fragmented, okay? Through trauma, through experience. We lose parts of ourselves. We lose or we leave energy all over the place. Through people, belongings, places, time, realities, all sorts of that. 555 on the timer. And so this was one major blockage within the chakra that we moved, that was alchemized. And another thing that my daughter began to experience during some of this Reiki, because I went through her other chakras to help balance out this energy. And so as I was feeling it, she was beginning to also feel it too. Some of this was welling and swelling up inside of her. And so she was beginning to get a little resistant to it, to what she felt. And so what I explained to her is that, like, it's okay. First of all, it's okay. Okay, whatever we're feeling, we need to feel it in order to release it. And how I explained this to her, for her to understand, is I said, if a little puppy would come up to you and it was sad, or it was upset, or it was hurt, what would you do? And she said, I would hold it. Yeah, we would love it. And we're supposed to do the same things with these feelings, 7-Eleven on the timer, that live inside of us. Okay? That's how I explained it to her. It's like a little puppy who's sad or hurt, and we would hold it, right? We would love it. We would make it better. And so that same mentality, right? That same space, we hold that within ourselves for our emotions, no matter what they are. Whether it's anger, whether it's rage, whether it's fury, deep sadness, deep pain, death, trauma, betrayal, abandonment. We want to address that. We want to give it a home within ourselves that says, it's okay for you to be here as long as you need. It's okay for you to feel this. It's okay for you to be here. Because what we form in these beliefs, when we don't acknowledge how we're feeling inside, when it gets suppressed, or when we simply just do not know about Reiki and how to feel into our energy centers, these things happen, they build up. There's a lot that I'm picking up in with the neck still, and pressure and getting stuck. And so what we can also do is we can just visualize a light. Visualize a light going into these places. So I was picking up this on my daughter too, and I feel like this is in the collective for a lot of people, but it's these areas that are hidden deep within the neck and into the jaw. And so what I have been practicing is some massage as well to work in these areas. There's a lot of tension, a lot of stiffness. What is this about, Spirit? Can you tell me for the collective? What is in these places primarily? Yeah, tension, stress, holding back, 944 on the timer. Okay, okay, now we're getting more specific. So spirit is telling me that this is a part of a suppression energy. This has to do with holding your tongue. Holding your tongue a lot of the times because we simply know that what we do need to say is going to fall on deaf ears. So we've held our tongue, but this still needs to be expressed. This still needs to be said. So whether that's through a journal, a like a burn book, like, it's whatever it is, like it's still living in the body. And so, yeah, we can use massaging, physical touch to move this energy, as well as, doing the shadow work involved that, questions like, what are the things that have gone unsaid? And proclaiming them out loud or in some kind of expressive, there we go, expressive manner so that it doesn't live in our body. Right. So that's the point. So, yes, in my work, when I clear the energy, 1111 on the timer, I'm clearing the trauma, I'm clearing what is stuck. And sometimes we can feel that as that's coming up to the surface. So in my work, that's something to be mindful of. So this is a servicing that I can do for others with your specific energy. If you are local to me, I absolutely highly recommend a personal meeting because it's just so much more intimate. It's so much more meaningful and deeply felt through this energy releasing and healing. But also, it can be done remotely. So, if this is something that is tugging at you, to look more into, to discuss more. I also offer spiritual consults, okay? And so this could be a session where we just talk about 1212 on the timer, how to connect with these aspects of ourselves, okay? Do I have a scissor in here? I don't believe that I do. So let me get some fire because I'm feeling that I need to burn something here for you. I'm going to have to get a special scissor, very special scissor. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and I'm going to, oh, here. I have something better than a scissor. Oh my God. Okay. I have a family heirloom here. Belonged to my grandmother. I'm honoring it for a little bit. Sword. Okay, so we're just gonna take this cord and we're gonna cut it. Yeah, right like that. Did you feel that? Okay, another deep breath in. We're going up from the other side. Okay, ready? Deep breath in. Okay, thank you. We're gonna come from each side of this, every angle. Okay, thank you. Yep, breathe in. There we go. I'm gonna do it again on this side. Okay, again, breathe in. There we go. 13:33 on the timer. And we're gonna come on this other side here. Get it here too. There we go. I like the feeling of that. I like the feeling of that. Let me know if you have felt things or resonated with any of this. I really appreciate that because I haven't done too many videos at this point with Reiki and explaining it more deeply, but there's a time and place for everything. And it all comes in divine timing. So I'm going to close this with a prayer if you'd like to accept. Holy Spirit, thank you for this healing. Thank you for this opportunity, 1414, of growth, of healing, of bringing us together, understanding. And we just love you so much. We appreciate you so much. What you do for us, how you hold us, and you have our best interests at heart. Yes, we are cradled in your warmth, in the Mother Earth, the womb of the Mother. And we thank you so much. I love you so much.